They told you confidence was about smiling more, standing taller, speaking louder, but they lied. Because the loudest man in the room is usually the most insecure. Real confidence doesn't shout. It doesn't ask. It doesn't wait to be seen. It's the quiet force you feel when someone enters a room and doesn't need to explain themselves. You see, introverts were never the weak ones. They were just never taught to weaponize their silence, to turn their calm into presence, their stillness into pressure. That changes today. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is dark confidence, the kind that makes people adjust to you without knowing why. By the end of this video, you won't just act confident. You'll become the kind of presence they can't ignore. Let's begin. Part 1. Destroy the myth. Real confidence isn't about being liked. Most people think confidence means being liked, being charming, being agreeable, being accepted. But that's not confidence. That's addiction to validation. Real confidence is detachment. It's walking into a room and not needing a single person to approve of you, not because you're arrogant, but because your value isn't up for negotiation. If your confidence rises when people cheer and crashes when they don't, you're not confident. You're just emotionally rented. True confidence whispers, "I don't care if you like me. I care if I like how I showed up." The moment you stop trying to please, you start commanding respect. So stop auditioning. You're not on trial. You're not asking to be chosen. You're choosing. And that shift is where the power begins. Part 2. Channel the confidence spillover effect. Confidence isn't something you fake. It's something you borrow from the parts of you that already own it. Think about a domain where you dominate. Maybe it's the gym. Maybe it's chess. Maybe it's writing, design, code, or your ability to stay calm under pressure. That version of you? That's your real self. Now here's the trick. Don't compartmentalize your power. Transfer it. If you can lead in one arena, you can lead anywhere. Because confidence is just proof that you can navigate uncertainty and win. You've taken hits. You've solved problems. You've endured. So why be nervous around people who haven't done half of what you've survived? Start treating every room like it's just another arena. And you've already trained for it, because you have. Part 3. Move like a shadow, hit like a blade. The most dangerous presence in any room isn't the loudest. It's the one who moves with purpose and speaks with precision. Dark confidence isn't about being seen, it's about being felt. Walk slowly, not because you're hesitant, but because you control the tempo. Hold eye contact, not aggressively, but just long enough to remind them you're not flinching. And when you speak, say less. Cut fluff. Every word should land like a blade. Clean, direct, unshakable. You don't need to dominate conversations. You dominate by how unbothered you are. When everyone else is trying to be noticed, you are the one who doesn't chase approval, because your presence is already doing the talking. Loidao kong gao thet. No chikan shuat hien, va moi thu te joy. Part 4. Let the intrusion win. Act before fear talks. You've felt it before, that moment. You wanted to speak up, but your brain whispered, "Wait, what if this goes wrong?" That hesitation. It's the death of dominance. Every time you pause for fear, you're training your mind to believe you're not ready, not enough, not worthy. But here's the secret. Confidence doesn't kill fear. Action does. The next time you feel the hesitation rise, Interrupt it. Move. Speak. Click. Send. Raise your hand. Walk over. Don't give fear time to set the hook, because every micro-action against doubt builds a new internal message. I move before I doubt. And once that message repeats enough times, you don't just act confident. You become someone who never waits for permission. Part 5. Use silence like a weapon. Most people fear silence. They rush to fill it. They ramble. They over-explain. Why? Because silence feels like judgment, like pressure, like exposure, but to the darkly confident, silence is a sword. You pause, and they start questioning themselves. You say nothing, and they start revealing everything. Hold your answers. Pause before you speak. Let them lean in. Let their thoughts spiral in the gap. Your silence isn't absence, it's authority. And the fewer words you speak, the heavier they land. A single sentence from you will echo louder than a dozen lines from anyone else. Remember, the man who speaks last often speaks with the most weight. Use that weight. Wield that pause, because silence is never empty when you own it. Part 6. Become the mystery they chase. Let's be honest. People don't chase what they understand. They chase what they can't quite grasp. You talk too much, you become predictable. You reveal every thought. You remove the tension. But mystery makes people lean in. It creates friction, and friction breeds fascination. So stop narrating your every move. Stop explaining your silence. You don't owe transparency. You owe presence. Say less about what you're working on. Hint, don't declare. Let them wonder. Where does he go when he disappears? What's he really thinking? Why is he so unfazed? When people can't fully read you, they start replaying your words. They question your meaning. They become obsessed with decoding you. And that obsession, that's your power. Because mystery isn't distance, it's magnetism. Part 7. Frame everything through internal power. Every conversation, every interaction is a battle of frames. A frame is the lens through which the moment is defined, and the one who defines the moment controls it. Someone teases you. You laugh, not because it got to you, but because you already chose not to be offended. Someone tries to dominate. You don't push back. You hold your stillness. You let them burn their energy. Unshakable confidence isn't about reaction. It's about non-response. You don't flinch. You don't explain. You let your presence declare, "This is my frame." You can enter it or bounce off it. The more you practice this, the more people sense that your world is solid. And when your world is solid, they begin adjusting theirs to match yours. Because a man who doesn't bend makes others recalculate. Stop explaining. Start radiating. You've tried to explain yourself, to prove your value, to be understood. Stop. You don't need to explain. You need to radiate, because when you calibrate your energy, master your silence, and own your frame, you don't attract attention. You attract gravity. People start leaning in. They start mirroring you. They feel the shift, even if they don't understand why. That's dark confidence, not flashy, not loud, but undeniable. From today forward, you don't chase connection. You cultivate presence. You don't audition for approval. You set the standard. Let others talk more. You move less. Let them guess. Let them work to earn your clarity. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be remembered. So walk slow, speak sharp, hold silence like a sword, and let the world adjust to you.